kind of pick-off-esque lineup. I know we already shared our thoughts about Kaja with a Luo Yi, though. And so it might be, might not be something they want to do, but if it is locked in, then we get to see Indonesia try that combination this time around. Another thing I could think of is, of course, the Iesf roam that has popped up a couple times. And again, it really, they're so overloaded on magic damage right now, and we saw what kind of happens to teams that do this before. So I think, you kind of have to take that into consideration. So it looks like the Arlott is going to be picked up. That's also a good source of physical damage, but it's mostly that final slash that you can use. And, if you're just trying to sweep them into the Zaman Force, that might be a game plan already. Wow. Okay, interesting that a Guinevere is going to get picked up here, and I'm assuming that is going in the XP lane to, unless it's going to be Roam. Arlott could go XP lane as well. Who does better against the Terizla here, do you think?
I think the Arlott definitely needs to go to XP, right? The Guinevere XP, though it can work, I'm more of a fan of the Guinevere as Roam compared to XP, but that's going to be the Phoveus as well, and that's a great pick by Vietnam. So many dashes from Indonesia. Every single one of them can actually dash, except for the Luo Yi. So, incredible value here as the last pick comes into the XP lane. And, oh, wow. I'm really impressed with the Phoveus pick. We don't get to see Phoveus a whole lot, and we finally get to see him here. We usually see him even in the mid lane, and I think that's what they're going to do. The Phoveus will be in the mid lane for Fugo, not on the XP. It's going to be Hehe still on that Terizla. All right. What do you think, Naisu? Do you think the Phoveus is better as an XP laner or a mid laner?
I think in some of the major teams, I think it just depends on what the lineup's going to be. He works great in XP and mid. So with that, let's find out exactly how it's going to be executed in this land of Dawn. Game number 2 here. It's match point for Indonesia, looking out to close out the series against Vietnam. And again, remember, they are tied for points. Hold on. It looks like, I'm not sure if that's going to result in anything, but they were pretty low there as they got to the lanes here. As we take a look at the junglers getting set up, Albert already rotating in, gets that level 2, and you can see it, right? Again, Vietnam needs to even out the series here, get to a game 3, because they're tied in the standings. You guys, real quick, can also check out the standings on iesf.gg to stay updated with everything happening. Now, as we take a look even at the emblems here, nothing crazy that sticks out except for Fugo. He's got the war cry on the Phoveus. So this is going to be the first time that we actually see this. Well, first time in for a pick for Phoveus in general, but then the war cry emblem on top of the Phoveus pick. I'm wondering how this is going to work out. An extra 8% damage for a Phoveus, especially when he has demonic force. I feel like that could be kind of scary. Could be tough to deal with, plus the fact that Yandere has it as well. This is, not so new. We have seen Rogers play with this emblem now at this point, and it works out. So it's a lot of extra damage they could play around here.
For sure. And the fact that they're going to go for the war cry means that they want to go for the prolonged fight. They want to try to out-sustain Indonesia in these skirmishes. Albert jumping in forward, not able to get the fracture down, so he's going to hold off onto that Keyboy, just relieving some of the pressure that Yandere has been able to put down onto CW in this gold lane, and will be able to help CW to shove this. But so far, Vietnam in the early game, they're doing a pretty good job. I think as long as Fugo is able to clear up and get to level 4 before the turtle, this is going to be a very, very good early fight for Vietnam.
You know what I'm wondering too here, Mirko, is what is the build path of this Phoveus in the mid? Because, with things changing, he can do quite a bit of damage with the current item, so they do get a flicker out from Loot Beast all before this first turtle, this first objective take does come, but they do get these level 4s that are crucial for the fight, so even with the flicker down, Loopy might still just try to get a play. It looks like Keyboy's trying to get that level 4 as well, so that he can contribute to this fight, but right now, they're going to control this side of the turtle. Fugo, quite low. Looks like he's going to be fine, but now, fighting for the turtle.
Yeah, Lippy has the final slash, can go for it, jumps in for the Vengeance as well, and that's going to be the penalty to lock Albert down, but good final slash comboed in with the Retribution. Now that's going to be the Spatial Migration and the Violent Requiem locked down together to give Albert some space to go for the Fracture and pick up a double kill on top of the turtle.
Hey, I was going to say, I thought Yandere did survive, and I was going to say, good job surviving against CW using the Zaman Force under the turret. Eventually goes down. Zhao gone too.
Good fracture too, and now Albert will be able to use the dash, but now is gonna try to bait Fugo into the turret. I'm not sure if Fugo wants to take this, and he does with the demonic force. Gets pulled way too far away from his turret. Is forced to use the Purify. Now it might be the re-engage from Albert, catching Fugo, overextending, And Fugo has lost the entire minion wave on top of that, right? He's gonna be so behind in gold.
I'm not sure, like, if he was just like, oops, you know, if that was an oops because he goes too far.
It was like multiple oopses.
Yeah, I would have stopped 2 before he even got there. But, you know, it's unfortunate because even looking at the gold, he's already fallen quite behind Sans. 700 gold already, and this is a 5-0 lead now for Indonesia, very similar to what we saw in the previous game. So Vietnam struggling, and look at this, invading that purple buff.
Razor's Wrath and Retribution combo together. Violet Requiem, though. My goodness, Nart gonna be knocked up straight into the Fracture and a Dispersion. Now it's gonna be Lupiu because he's gonna be combat. Diversion gets placed down, and Sans will be able to escape. Keyboy next to the chopping blocks. They go for the chase, a Demonic Force as well. The Keyboy will be able to enter again onto the Spatial Migration, getting Joe knocked up. CW rotating back again as Joe goes over the top, but CW has rotated, goes over to Synchro Fission, and it's gonna be Hehe completely isolated, alone. The other members went back. And the Terizla will be taken out 7-1 as Joe is still looking for an aggressive maneuver here into the enemy jungle. Has a Retribution as well, but it seems Albert will still be able to pick it up for himself. That 2-level lead coming in handy for the Retri battle.
I'm so, you know, it's hold on, it's mid lane. I don't think Nart?
Again, the Vengeance resets with a Dispersion to Final Slash. Nart gonna be displaced and taken out by the Vengeance, and now Joe can't even go and utilize that Retri advantage that he got from the purple buff invade. Albert's just gonna pick it up for free. No Retri needed, and they're gonna plow through the next engage here onto the enemy jungle. Fugo caught, but has the Purify, and it seems for Indonesia, they have a 5,000 gold lead already. The Diversion is going to be used down to the bottom lane to go for a flank, and that's going to be the sandwich. Albert picking up the kill together with the rest of the team as Lutpi is even winning up against the Terizla now in the lane.
Yeah, this is very punishing with what Indonesia is doing to Vietnam, not giving them a chance to breathe. Even earlier, it looked good for Vietnam when they were starting to fight back and they caught a couple, but then, oh, hold on, Nart, again, oh my goodness. The burst from Albert is just too much. He's 7-0-1.
Final Slash, Synchro Vision right into the stacks. Albert, what triple kill? And now he's going to go for more. The Maniac waiting for him, and that's going to be the Spatial Migration to knock him up to give the Maniac over to Albert on a silver platter. The Diversion into the bottom lane. Perhaps a hut for the Savage. They don't know where Yandere is, and he will be able to recall in time, denying that Savage. But man, Indonesia, 6 minutes in, 13-1, complete dominance.
Complete dominance. Look at the damage that Albert is doing on this Nolan. 31,000 damage mid lane.
Nart again not having a good time, not even given the chance to use the Primal Wrath. The CW jumps in forward, does have the Purify now, will be able to get locked down by the penalty zone, but that's going to be the Demonic Force munching onto Keyboy's HP bar, as that will be Keyboy falling down. Lippy with a Vengeance, now with the stun as well, trying to bait out some of these Demonic Forces, and he's going to get the Purify, but will not be able to survive in that skirmish. Albert just comes in, takes him down, and wants to go for more. You gotta respect this Fracture again. Albert takes the double, punishes an overstaying.
My God, good Nart, all having a hard time here against Albert. 12-0-1. We saw the 31,000 damage earlier. I'm wondering what he's at now. It's got to be 40,000 plus, because my God, we thought the Ling was good. Look at the Nolan. Look at the moves, right? And for Vietnam, this is tough. This is more than a tough. This is dire. We're 7 minutes in. They're 10,000 gold behind, and that's a turtle. You're not going to see any of your buffs. You're not going to see any side of your jungle. And even with this lineup, oh, again.
Oh, I can't even say it was a Spatial Migration. He just disappeared. Nart, 0-6-0. This Edith. It's supposed to be a sustainable pick. You know, it's supposed to be a pick that can allow you to re-engage, but I guess when you get bursted down like that and the Diversion gets placed up top, Yandere, oh no, you gotta start running, buddy. Albert is coming down now. He has the passive and the basic attack, and he won't even utilize all. Did he get the Fracture? I don't even know if he got the Fracture there. Is it on that short of a cooldown?
I think so. Look at the items. He's also got the Sky Pierce. He's got the Hunter Strike. He's got the Malefic Roar, man. It's just, you're seeing even the tankiest members of Vietnam just get deleted in an instance, and now the Sea Halberd to go ahead and take care of some of the sustainability. Not even sure if that Sea Halberd was needed or if it's overkill, but they'll get these tier 2 turrets down. Indonesia is just waiting for the Lord. They're still a whole minute away from it spawning, so they're going to go and get these shields. I'm not sure if they actually continue to like force a fight possibly against Vietnam, but right now Vietnam doesn't have much that they can do other than just watch their base start to crumble here. And it looks like you have to keep an eye on Keyboy. Oh,
stun into the... Oh my god, the final slash into the Violet Requiem. Well played, Indonesia, Lutpi and Keyboy. He's working that synergy together. Penalty zone, locking Keyboy and Sans there, but he has to purify. Yandere just gets bursted down, I think, by Albert on the fracture. And now again, it's Hehe isolated all alone with the rest of the members having to flee from the fracture. CW dashing forward, still has his Amon Force as well. It's gonna be Lutpi with the final slash again, connecting on a 2, forcing the purify out as Nart finally gets the Primal Wrath, but not for long. It's just to survive for one last, you know, bit of damage from CW to take him down. Yandere, Joe, and Fugo on the defense. Albert, level 15, jumping in fracture. Oh my goodness! Fugo disappearing again. The assassin is assassinating anyone. And then Keyboy with a spatial migration, get the Violet Requiem too. And that's the combo together with the dispersion. Indonesia gonna get things done before the 10th minute of the game.
Holy moly is all I can say from seeing that game at 24-2, a massive game for Indonesia. I don't know what happened yesterday. I feel like they felt